This is a Sports Catastrophe production. Konnichiwa. Hey there, hello there. It's Jeff Cutter Diamond. Welcome you to Sports Catastrophe on this day. And on this day, September the 17th, 1996, Hideo Nomo made history 25 years ago. So anyway, the LA Dodgers were looking good. They were one of the best teams in the NL West, taking on the Colorado Rockies, who were decent, who kind of trailed off a little bit from their wild card spot in 95. So anyway, the Dodgers and Rockies would play each other. And yes, that's Hideo Nomo. And yes, there's a screen grab from the KTLA thing. And you can kind of guess what happens. Hideo Nomo was a very strategic pitcher. He was decent in the Japanese leagues. Now, here's the story about the Japanese leagues and all that, with their affiliation with the MLB. In 1964, there was some messiness over Murayori Murakami, who came over to San Francisco to play. Now, he was supposed to only play in the minor league system so that he could get some talent stuff and then come back to Japan. However, the Giants needed him for the 65 stretch drive. And that failed as the Dodgers won the National League. However, Japan was upset. And so Japan and Major League Baseball would collude for 3 decades not to bring any Japanese talents to America. Hideo Nomo became the first Japanese player to break that shell. In 95, the LA Dodgers wanted him. Besides, LA had a good Japanese population. Tommy Lasorda taught himself Japanese so that he could communicate with Hideo Nomo. Lasorda even spoke good Spanish to Fernando Venezuela. But he did play winter ball in Mexico, so he knows. So anyway, the Dodgers needed someone. He was pretty good. He was Rookie of the Year in 1995, leading the Dodgers to the division title. Sadly, though, the Reds would beat them in the NLDS. So Hideo Nomo was ready to go against the Colorado Rockies. Nomo headed to today's game was 15-10. He would face Bill Swift, a former Giants star pitcher, at Coors Field. The field condition was damp because of some rain, but it got underway at 9:05 local time, aka 11:05. No, there was a rainstorm. The start time was 9:05 local, so it'd be 11 o'clock p.m. our time if you live in the Eastern time zone. So anyway, the Dodgers had Todd Ellsworth, who also was a Rookie of the Year winner in left field, Wayne Kirby in center, Michael Piazza, who was a Rookie of the Year winner at catcher, Eric Harrell's Rookie of the Year first baseman, Raul Mondesi. I think he also was the the Rookie of the Year winner one time. But anyway, right field, Tim Wallach, former Expo star at third base, Delino DeShields, former Expo at second base, Greg Gagne, former shortstop of the Twins, and no, not the wrestler at shortstop, and Hideo Nomo pitching. The Rockies had Eric Young at second, Quentin McCracken in center field. He would be better as Tampa Bay Devil Ray. Ellis Burks in left, Dante Bichette in right, Andres Galarraga in first base. Vinny Castilla at third, Steve Decker at catcher, Nevi Perez at short, and Bill Swift pitching. So the Rockies had a very talent-laden offense. McCracken would get a walk off Nomo and got to third base before Bichette struck out swinging. After a pair of RBI singles by Tim Wallach and Greg Gagne, the Dodgers were up 2-0. And then Mike Piazza hit a ground ball double play. No RBI on that one. Make it 3-0. Nomo, for some reason, was looking good. They did string a walk. Ellsberg did, of course, a walk from Nomo in the fourth, but nothing else. The fifth went off without a hit. And then in the sixth inning, Carrolls and Mondesi both got RBI singles. Steve Reed would come in for the Rockies. Eric Young would take a walk from Nomo. However, he got Young caught stealing. Brian Redcar came into the game for the Rockies in the eighth inning, and Hideo Nomo helped out his cause with an RBI single to make it 6-0. Chad Curtis would come into the game for the Dodgers as a defensive replacement. The great John Vanderwall, who set the record for most pinch hits in 1 year in 1995, came up for Rick Carr and popped it. Robbie Beckett would become the new pitcher. Raul Mondesi had an RBI ground out, but Tim Wallach hit a home run to make it 9-0. Down to 3 outs. Eric Young came up, ground ball to second base. Quinton McCracken grounds it to second. Ellis Burks strikeout swinging, and Hideo Nomo becomes the first Japanese-born pitcher to throw a no-hitter. Thinking, okay, well, that's nothing new. Why is that big? Because here's how big it was. Yeah, not only did Nomo break the ceiling for Asian pitchers, he did it at a ballpark which does not favor pitchers at all. Coors Field was a hitter's paradise, if you will, with the mile-high air. Usually batters would have the advantage over pitchers. Hideo Nomo just pitched a no-hitter in Colorado, in one of the toughest ballparks to do well as a pitcher ever. Take, for example, that Colorado signed Denny Nagel and Mike Hampton to major contract deals in the 2000s, and they suffered in Colorado. So that's how hard it is. If you think, oh, that's easy. Yeah, right. Try being a pitcher at Coors Field and doing well. I dare you. I really do. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond. Sayonara.